Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we take your sources and extract the most important nuggets of knowledge. Today, we're plunging into the incredibly dynamic world of artificial intelligence.
That's right. We're cutting through the noise to really understand how AI is actually impacting industries, creativity, even, your daily online experience right now.
They've got a great stack of sources today.
Yeah, fascinating stuff, covering everything from like high-stakes tech acquisitions in the AI coding market to how your favorite streaming service is deploying AI.
Netflix, right?
Yep, Netflix.
Yeah.
And also the unfolding global regulatory landscape. Our mission really is to help you understand what's most important, connect the dots, maybe provide those aha moments.
Get ready for some surprising facts, I think. We're going to see AI in action in ways that are truly shaping the future, from the enterprise level right down to your personal search results. Okay, let's unpack this first one. Our source throws us right into, well, the intense competition within the AI coding space. It highlights a clear disparity between different types of AI startups in 2025. So what's driving this intriguing strategy from Cursor, the company behind that viral AI coding app?
Well, what's particularly striking here is how Cursor, which is made by AnySphere, is directly challenging the big players, like Microsoft's GitHub Copilot.
How are they doing that?
They're doing it by strategically snapping up, that's the term the source uses, top talent from other AI enterprise startups. Startups that are promising, maybe, but struggling.
Okay. And the prime example mentioned is their recent deal to acquire Koala, an AI-powered CRM startup.
Exactly.
Can you elaborate on their approach there with Koala?
Certainly. So Cursor acquired Koala specifically to bring on several of its top engineers, not its core product, interestingly.
Oh, okay, just the engineer.
Just the engineers. And these folks will build out a dedicated enterprise readiness team for Cursor.
Yeah.
And Koala itself, well, it plans to shut down in September.
Wow.
Yeah, just 5 months after raising a $15 million Series A round. It was nearly 4 years old, had about 30 employees, worked with clients like Vercel, Statsig, Retool.
So our source calls this a reverse acquire-hire. That sounds unusual. What are the implications of doing it that way?
Well, the primary advantage is speed, really, and gaining specific proven talent in a market that's just incredibly competitive right now. It's similar to Meta recently hiring scale AI's leaders. Cursor can move fast, build out new business segments, and, leave maybe questionable businesses behind.
Right, avoids the integration hassle.
Precisely. They bypass the usual merger headaches and just cherry-pick the exact expertise they need. And it's not just Koala. AnySphere also recently hired Travis McPeak, the CEO of a cybersecurity startup called Resourcely, to lead their security teams. Same playbook.
Okay, so Cursor started as more of a personal developer tool. How are they trying to evolve into this enterprise-wide platform, and who are they really up against?
Yeah, good question. If you zoom out a bit, Cursor's strategy is clearly aimed squarely at Microsoft's GitHub Copilot.
The big one.
The big one, yeah. Copilot is currently the AI tool of choice for many enterprises, It works as an AI-powered extension within existing IDEs like VS Code.
Right.
Now, Cursor is a standalone AI-powered IDE. And while it often wins in head-to-head tests, technically.
Right.
But Microsoft just has that massive advantage in the enterprise space. Decades of relationships, huge sales teams, security, support infrastructure.
It's a tough competitor, but Cursor is moving fast, isn't it? Our source says they've built out a go-to-market and sales team, dozens of employees, visiting Fortune 500 companies.
They are. And the traction is significant. They apparently hit $500 million in annual recurring revenue back in June.
Wow, $500 million ARR.
Yep. And now working with over half of the Fortune 500. Companies like NVIDIA, Uber, Adobe.
Impressive names.
Very. And a source familiar with things indicated revenue has grown even since June, with an increasingly large share coming from those big enterprise deals.
So given all this rapid movement, what's really at stake here? Why this frantic race for AI coding dominance?
It really makes you ask, why such fierce competition right now, specifically for AI coding products? Well, the source highlights that coding tools seem to be one of the first AI product categories to really find strong product-market fit.
Meaning they actually work and people use them?
Exactly. They're genuinely useful, used daily by millions of software engineers, and crucially, they're generating real revenue. So this race for enterprise scale, it reveals something deeper, I think.
Which is?
In AI, the competitive edge isn't just about having the best tech anymore. It's about superior distribution. It's becoming a land grab. Strategic partnerships, existing market access, these are becoming just as vital as raw innovation. It's kind of reshaping how we think about tech dominance.
And it's not just Microsoft that Cursor has to worry about, right? They rely on Anthropic's models.
That's a key dependency,
Yeah.
yeah. And Anthropic's own Claude Code product has grown rapidly, too. Plus, you've got Google scooping up the leadership team from Windsurf, a major Cursor competitor.
Oh.
In Cognition, the makers of that AI agent, Devin, they acquired the rest of Windsurf's team. It feels like all these different AI tools are sort of converging, moving towards automating entire workflows.
Fascinating. Okay, let's shift gears. Moving from code to creativity. Our next source takes us to Hollywood, or rather Netflix. What are they up to with generative AI, Gen AI, in their shows and films?
Yeah, it's really interesting to see a major entertainment company like Netflix directly integrating GenAI into actual productions now. They announced they've used, and this is a quote, the very first GenAI final footage to appear on screen.
Wow. In which show?
In an Argentine show called El Eternauta, or The Eternaut.
And how significant was the impact? Was it just a small test?
Apparently not. Co-CEO Ted Sarandos highlighted one specific scene depicting a building collapsing. Using AI meant it was finished 10 times faster than traditional visual effects tools would have taken.
10 times faster.
10 times faster. And it costs less.
Okay, so speed and cost savings. But beyond those efficiencies, what other benefits is Netflix seeing? Is it just about making things cheaper?
Sarandos was pretty clear on this. He emphasized that AI represents an, quote, incredible opportunity to help creators make films and series better, not just cheaper.
Better, not just cheaper.
Right. He called it real people doing real work with better tools.
Mm.
So think about it. This isn't just efficiency. It could unlock a whole new level of creative ambition.
How so?
Well, imagine complex visual effects, like de-aging actors, which used to be reserved only for massive blockbuster budgets.
Oh, yeah, very expensive.
Exactly. Now becoming much more accessible. The source mentions creators are already seeing benefits in things like pre-visualization, shot planning, visual effects. It suggests a future where maybe the most stunning narratives aren't limited by budget as much as by pure imagination. That's the potential disruption here.
That's a big thought. Beyond visual effects, is Netflix using Gen AI elsewhere in the business?
Oh, absolutely. Co-CEO Greg Peters mentioned its use in areas like personalization and search, making recommendations better, presumably. And they're planning to roll out interactive ads using AI in the second half of this year. They already launched an AI-powered search feature earlier this year.
So it's pretty broad then.
Very broad, and you see it in the numbers too.
Yeah.
Second quarter revenue was up 16% year over year, profit at $3.13 billion. And interestingly, non-English titles accounted for a third of all views. It seems like a company-wide strategic integration.
Okay, from creation, let's pivot to consumption and control. Our third source brings in a new dimension. What happens when users want more say over the AI content they see?
Yeah, this brings us to a growing challenge, doesn't it? How do we manage this proliferation, the sheer volume of AI-generated content? And one response is coming from DuckDuckGo, the privacy-focused browser. They're directly responding to user feedback by rolling out a new setting.
A setting to do what?
To let users filter out AI-generated images in their search results.
Filter out what our source calls AI slop. Can you explain that term, AI slop, and how this filter actually works?
Sure. AI slop basically refers to that low-quality, often nonsensical or just plain weird media content made using generative AI. Think of it as like digital visual noise.
Got it.
And DuckDuckGo's new setting is in the Images tab. There's a drop-down menu for AI images, or you can tap Hide AI-generated images in the main search settings.
How does it know what's AI?
It relies on manually curated open-source block lists, including one called the Nuclear List, apparently. Now, it won't catch 100% of AI images,
Of course not.
but the idea is it will greatly reduce them.
This sounds like a direct response to that whole controversy last year, remember? With Google showing more AI baby peacocks than real ones.
Exactly that kind of thing, yeah.
It makes you wonder, are we reaching a point where users just want a kind of digital un-AI button for everything? DuckDuckGo plans more filters too, the source says.
It's a definite trend to watch. User control over AI exposure.
Okay, finally, let's zoom out again to the bigger picture of AI regulation. Our last source highlights a significant point of contention regarding the European Union's AI Act. What's happening there?
Right, so looking at the broader context, this really shows that classic tension between rapid innovation and the effort to regulate it. Meta has officially refused to sign the European Union's voluntary code of practice for its AI Act. This is just weeks before the main rules start taking effect.
Refused to sign. Why?
Well, Meta's Chief Global Affairs Officer, Joel Kaplan, stated the code introduces, quote, legal uncertainties and measures that go far beyond the scope of the AI Act itself. He claims it will, quote, throttle the development and deployment of frontier AI models in Europe.
Okay, so they're worried the voluntary code goes too far, even beyond the official act. Our source details the EU AI Act itself. Can you remind us of its core approach?
It's risk-based, right? That's right. The EU AI Act is a pretty significant piece of legislation. It's serious, it's risk-based. It outright bans certain applications deemed unacceptable risk, things like cognitive behavioral manipulation or government social scoring.
Okay.
Then it defines a set of high-risk uses. Think biometrics, facial recognition, AI in critical areas like education and employment. For these, there are stricter requirements.
Like what?
Developers have to register these high-risk AI systems, meet specific risk and quality management obligations. So you can see, for a company like Meta that's constantly iterating on these big, powerful frontier models,
Yeah.
these additional layers of self-regulatory compliance from the voluntary code might feel, well, premature or just overly burdensome, especially when the main AI Act itself is still so new and complex.
Right. And despite pushback from Meta and other big tech companies, the source mentions Alphabet, Microsoft, Mistral AI. The European Commission is holding firm on its timeline.
They are. Guidelines for AI model providers were published recently, and the rules specifically for these general-purpose AI models with systemic risk, the big ones, they go into effect on August 2nd.
August 2nd.
Soon, very soon. Now, companies that already have such models on the market before that date, they get a longer runway. They have until August 2nd, 2027 to fully comply with those specific rules.
Okay, so there's some transition time.
There is. But it clearly highlights this ongoing, intense global debate, doesn't it? How do you govern AI effectively? How do you strike that balance between encouraging innovation and ensuring safety and managing risk?
What a deep dive today. We've journeyed from the really high-stakes world of AI coding enterprise competition.
Yeah, the whole Cursor versus Microsoft thing.
And saw how AI is accelerating creative processes at Netflix, explored that growing demand for user control with DuckDuckGo,
The AI slop filter.
and finally witnessed that regulatory tug-of-war playing out with the EU AI Act and companies like Meta.
It's just so clear, isn't it? AI's impact is incredibly diverse. It's evolving so rapidly. It's shaping not just how companies compete, but also how content gets created and consumed, and crucially, how governments are grappling with all the societal implications.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now?
Well, as AI continues to embed itself deeper and deeper into, well, pretty much every facet of our lives, from the code powering our world to the shows we watch, the information we seek online, it really raises an important question, I think.
Which is?
How much control do we as users truly want or maybe even need over its pervasive presence? And looking ahead, how will regulations manage to effectively balance fostering all this incredible innovation with ensuring safety, accountability, and, basic trust?
Definitely something to chew on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.